So a lot of women don't understand why independent women is a complete turnoff for a lot of men. And this woman really thinks that she got it all figured out, but let's review it.
Are men unattracted to independent women?
Yes, but I'll let you continue.
I was talking to my guy friend the other day. We're talking about just like independent women. I was telling him how one of my girlfriends, she's super independent. She does X, Y, and Z by herself. She's like such a bad bitch. And she doesn't need really anyone to count on. And he goes, let me guess. I bet you she is single. To that, I'm like, why? He's like, well, historically, men have always been, the caregiver. Like they usually have always been that breadwinner, right? Type sort of personality. And he goes, so that's why when women are too independent, they're too masculine and men find them unattractive.
He's 100% correct. That's why I can't even interject on anything right now. 100% correct. That's what, it don't matter how a woman look. A woman is completely unattractive to a man when they appear for that man to be too freaking masculine. Because in order to scale up in a certain type of business that these women are doing, you literally have to become a man, because men dominate all industry in corporate America for the most part.
To that, I responded and I said, I think it's because 50% of men are average at best, okay? And as
now, are you talking about, okay, let's say average earning, $42,000 a year is an average earner, okay? So the average person in America doesn't make, we talking about at least men, right? The average person in America doesn't make $100,000 a year. That's not average. It's not. So the majority of any society is going to be average.
Woman raises her bar and she starts to provide herself that validation. She does these things for herself, and she counts more on herself to become more independent.
And you stay by yourself. That's the way that works. All that stuff you're doing by yourself, stay by yourself.
Her bar raises, meaning that the men that can match her at that level are fewer men. And so that is why these more independent women, are typically, I guess, more single based off of what he's saying.
No, that's not what he's saying. Because actually, if you do the research, the more college educated a woman is and the more money she makes, the less chance she has for a suitable mate. Look it up. The more money they make, the more men don't want nothing to do with them. Even if the man got money, he still don't want nothing to do with them, because they had to become men to get that type of money. Now, unless they in certain professions like nursing and things like that, where they didn't have to become men to be a nurse, because even being a nurse, you still have to have some sort of empathy and caring. A man could be cool being with a nurse, even if this nurse is making $100,000, $150,000 a year. They got some nurses that make that sort of money, right? But we talking about those who are these business owners, certain ones like that, that's making certain amounts of money. They become men. And in they mind, well, if I make $100,000, $150,000 a year, then the man has to make the same amount as me, because in their mind, they still want to go back to this hypergamy mindset. When we go back to the average man only make $42,000, and even the average woman don't even make what she's making. So she's not average. And so she wants a man, and most men that got money like that, they're not even checking for you. They're not checking for you, because what the man told her earlier was right. And these men now, open mobility, you know what they doing? They're not putting up with no independent woman. No, not when the whole world is their oyster.
Because they just haven't found someone to match them at that level yet. Maybe independent women don't like most of the men now.
No, it's not they don't like most men. It's just men not checking for them. Men aren't checking for them. And once again, this is a modern woman in America that's trying to rationalize it. When a man told you really what it was, you could not take the truth of what the man told you. You couldn't take it. That basically you're too masculine. We don't want you, period. Instead of accepting that, no, you got to rationalize, you got to try to figure it out, and this is why you're going to be by yourself. Ladies, when a man talk to you, it's just XYZ. Men do not deal in a gray area. Understand that. Y'all deal in a gray area. Men, we just, if it's black and white, that's it. Take what we say at face value. If you don't understand what we say, ask for more clarification. But men don't dabble in the gray area. All that explaining she was doing, that's all gray area talk. Men don't even think about that. We don't. The fact is, you're too independent, you're acting masculine, you're unattractive. Just that simple. Don't matter how much surgery you'll get. It don't matter how your hair look, your makeup look, etc. Now, any man will lay down with you, so please don't try to equate men wanting to sleep with you as you being attractive. No, attractive is, do I want to make you my girlfriend, fiance, and then wife? That's attraction, not laying down with you. I mean, consider any man can lay down with you and discard you right after the fact. But some ladies may say, okay, well, I'll make a certain amount of money and I want a spouse, and I try not to, I'm not masculine. I don't know, like, what about me? What could I do? You know what I'm saying? Just rest in your femininity. Don't, when you go on dates, don't bring up your degrees. Don't bring up anything like that. Just don't. Leave it alone. Make what you do is like just something you do as an occupation. You don't got to bring that up in conversation too much with a man. When you start weighing too much on your degree and bringing up your degree and bringing up money and how much you make and all that. And then sometimes y'all ladies do too much at times too. Y'all get certain amounts of money and then y'all just go spend it too. Yeah, you may make it, but you spend it. You know, you're making a certain 6-figure salary when you pull up in a G-Wagon. Well, a G-Wagon probably costing you what, $1,500 to $2,000 a month? So are you really making money like that when you go buy a G-Wagon and paying payments? Or every time you look up, you in the store buying something with name brand? Or do you really keep the money? That's another thing that men look at too. Because, yeah, you may quote unquote make money, but you don't keep it. Because we looking at you and what you're weighing. There's a whole lot that goes along with some of y'all, because some of y'all are money pits. Even though you make the money, you're still a money pit. It go right out, go into your bank account, right to somebody else's bank account. You don't keep it for 5 minutes. But let me know what y'all think about, what this woman is saying. And I get it, but no, men do not want no independent woman as a man, period.